So today we're talking about domain and range. Domain is all of the possible x values, and range is all of the possible y values. That looks like T. So if I take a look at number 1, if I want to say my domain, I'm going to list all my x values. So this x value right here at this first dot, what is that? What's my x value here? -3, right where I'm pointing. Yeah. And then the next one is -1, right? This dot. Where's it at? Maybe if my hand's not covering it. 1, and then the last one, 3. So those are my x values. And then for my range, those are the y values. So what's the y value down here? -2. Okay. What's the y value right here? 0. Y value right here? 2. And then my last y value? 4. Okay, so on number 2, what x values do I have for my domain? Oh, in case you couldn't tell, this is a curly bracket. I suck at drawing them. So, what's my first x value right here? 2. My x value right here? 3. Right here? Right here? 5. And my last one? 6. If there's more than one of the same one, I just write it once. So like on 2, how there was 2, I only had to write that once. Okay, so then for my range, these are the y values. So what's my y value right here? 2. Right here? What is it? 3. And then my last y value is 4. So are there any questions on finding domain and range when I have a bunch of points? Okay, so then right now I want you to work on 3 and 4 on your own, and then I'll call 2 people up, and then we'll go back to the notes. Okay, so when I'm looking at these ones, notice how these ones are connected, unlike before when they were dots. So this is where I'm going to use inequalities to show my domain and range. So what is my lowest x value on this graph? What is this point right here? What's the x value for it? -4. Is it a filled-in circle or an open circle? It's solid, so it's filled in, so that means it's equal to, because it includes the number. Domain is the letter x, so I write x in the middle. Is this dot filled in? So I get the line underneath, and then what's the x value here? 2. Does that make sense? So this is telling me that all my x values between -4 and 2 are included on this graph. Okay. So then I'm going to do the same thing, but now I'm going to do it for my range. What what's my lowest y value? So when I'm looking this way, what's the lowest point it goes? Not 4. Not -4. Y values are up and down. 2. Because the lowest point is right here. This one doesn't have a dot, but the line goes through the point, so we know it's included, so it's going to have the line underneath. And then its range is y, so this time I'm going to use y in the middle. What's my highest y value? 6. Does it include 6? Like, is it a solid circle? Yep. So it gets the line underneath, and I just write 6. Questions? Can't fall off the table. Okay, so on number 6, if I take a look at my graph, notice how it's got arrows up here as it goes up. It's going to keep getting wider. So, is it ever just going to stop growing? No. It's going to go on and on forever. So my domain here, I'm going to say is all real numbers. It's going to go through all the x values. Does that make sense? Because it's going to keep going left and right forever. Okay, and then the last thing I have to do on this problem is my range. So, what's my lowest y value on this graph? 0. But notice it keeps going up forever, right? Because these arrows also mean it's going to keep going up. So, what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to have y is greater than, can it include 0? Yes. So I'm going to have the line underneath in 0. So all my y values are greater than 0. Questions here?